I survived April 1st, 2024. So, yeah, if you are a part of Twitter and just have been alive, and maybe, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a fan and I just know, you know that Shane and Courtney got married. And I have a couple disclaimers to say, but first I just want to, if you're not here for the Shane and Courtney part, and if you are, you probably should hear this first. This is not just me talking about them. This is episode 2 of my podcast. Usually there's people around me, but today's our first solo episode, and because it's the second episode, that means there hasn't been any. Um, the microphone also isn't on. I just wanted to give the podcast look because I talk a lot. Like it's just a hobby. I don't know when to stop talking, and so I thought this would just set aside regular videos from the podcast, and it's kind of hiding my double chin from this angle. It's really pronounced, like it's bad, and hopefully if I just like talk like this, it's better. But today's podcast is about April 1st, 2024, and about how Shane and Courtney got married. But it's not all about that. It's a podcast, it just happened. But yeah, we're gonna call. I've decided to call my solo episodes yap sessions because I talk too much. And I thought that for this episode, I would wear my fake ring I bought from Shein because they got married. There's a lot of things to discuss today. One, it's spring break and I'm bored. I haven't done anything. The most exciting part about my spring break was Shane and Courtney getting married. Disclaimers, I forgot. It's not my business. It's not your business. It's not anybody's business. It is their life, and they let us in, and we are not owed any more than what we know. Real life shipping, real people is bad. I smile because you'll get into that later. And I had another disclaimer. I filmed this already, by the way. I filmed the intro already, and then I hated it. I hated where I was going with it. Um, so I thought that because it's a solo episode, and we're not in the usual podcast filming space, that the yap sessions. I think that whenever I do a yap session, which is like I said like 5 seconds ago, it's just me. I'm just gonna be chill, like just chilling out, PJs, R&B chilling. Um, let's get into Shane and Courtney. I think that's why, if anybody here who's never been here before, you've most definitely here because you saw the thumbnail. You're here for Shane and Courtney. I can't blame you. That's what got me. That's why I follow a bunch of people on Twitter. That's why I have a Twitter account now. I made one. Oh, that sounds bad. Okay, I had a Twitter, but I never used it, and I used it for the first time April 1st. Anyway, so I've been having a pretty bad. No, I'm not. I was having a pretty bad April 1st because I woke up and decided to text my crush a really meaningful Instagram reel, basically ending with "I love you," and the feelings were just like he sent a joke back. And I mean, that didn't hurt my feelings until everybody made it seem like I got rejected. But I wasn't asking him out. And so I was kind of bummed. And then I opened my phone and I started screaming, like dead. I was screaming. And then, because my brother, the other person you saw in the podcast episode, he knows how much I'm obsessed with Smosh. And I swear to you, I missed the disclaimer because I hit all of them like that the first time I did this. I swear to you, I'm missing one. Um, I saw it and I screamed. I like jumped and like fell on the ground. And then my brother was like, check the date. And I was like, oh my god, it's April 1st. It's April Fool's Day. Because who celebrates April Fool's Day anymore? So I was just really in shock. I was very, in disbelief. Because until today, I didn't, like, fully believe it, but I wasn't a disbeliever. In my heart, I've been shipping, for, like, some context, I've been shipping Shane and Courtney since 2018. And, I was never the crazy shippers who stalked them because that is wrong. Stalking people is wrong. But I don't know. I don't know. Because at some point in my life, like in my past, I probably would have done that. Like I know now it's wrong. But like I had a fan account. I still have it. I just don't post on it. I have a fan account for the Flash. And back in the day, I probably would have stalked if I could figure the camera shaking. I'm sorry, it's unstable setup. I probably would have stalked Gray and Candace to get some details. If I knew how. I have the abilities to stalk now. I just don't do them, except for when I'm trying to help my friends out with their man. Oh, my bad, jail time. But yeah, if you see me keep leaning, it's because I can see the reflection of the camera, but I can't like tell if it's still recording or not. It's just like blurry. I'm really sorry about my attention span. If you are here for Shane and Courtney, I'm sorry about my attention span. But yeah. Also, this is a podcast. I'm just yapping to yap. So I just basically what I'm here for today is to express my opinions on Shane and Courtney. That no, that's not what I was gonna. Hot take. I want to do a hot take on my hot take on it. Um, this is actually my hot take from yesterday because I now know that I was wrong. But I want to tell y'all what I thought and what I like. I don't know. So yesterday when they first announced it, I was gonna film this yesterday, but then I fell asleep. Yesterday before anything was like truly fully confirmed, I my official take was I had a strong feeling that they were in a relationship. Um, it just felt like it. I felt like they were in a relationship. Did I say that this is none of our business? I feel like that. I swear I'm missing a disclaimer. I always had a feeling. And then, like when they posted their little wedding pictures, I thought that it was like I thought that was the April Fools. Like I thought they were like really like engaged or something, but I didn't think they were married. I thought they were engaged, and the prank like was the wedding. When I first saw it, I was like, because that's a lot of going out of your way for a prank. Like, and everyone was like, it's for the bait. They committed. I get that they both are technically actors, but would they commit that hard to the bit? Maybe, but I just wasn't feeling it in that moment. I'm a vibe person. Let me not say that. I'm not a vibe person. But I usually guess things that I'm usually right. But I thought that it was either that they were engaged, or they were married, or they were just in a relationship, and the prank was that they were engaged and married, or blah blah blah. And then, this morning, before it was even announced, like this morning, like bright and early in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, whatever the East Coast time is, Eastern. I sound dumb. It's what time is it? It's 12 o'clock. My brain is fried, and that's why my attention span is all over the place. I just spent the last 2 hours editing a YouTube video. Bear with me, but um, it was 9 o'clock this morning, and then I thought to myself, what if they eloped, or however you pronounce it? I was like, because they went to the courthouse, and most people don't have weddings at the courthouse unless they elope, and it wasn't a big ceremony or nothing, and I was just like, yeah. So again, not my place, like not my it's not my business, but I like to speculate. I used to want to be a journalist, so I feel important when I get like answers. Like if I get no, because that's just like I'm the one I'm not talking. I was on Twitter just showing what people showed me. But yeah, I'm gonna move my foot and it's gonna shift the whole thing. Yep. What did I say, guys? This is messy. I'm sorry. I wanted to do better for this podcast. This was episode 2. That's why it took so long. I wanted it to be perfect. Anyway, yeah, I had so much to say yesterday, but now that everything's been confirmed, my thoughts kind of just fizzled away. I don't think that I can fully wrap my mind around them being married, or even because when I've seen some of like the evidence that I saw, and it was kind of like really some hard evidence, I was like, dang, they're probably dating. And I still couldn't wrap my mind around that because, I've been watching them since I was 9 years old. That's really young to be watching Swash. But I've been watching them since I was 9 years old. And since I started watching them, I was like, oh dang. I remember the video too. I don't know what the video was called, but it was a Try Not to Laugh. It was whatever one where I could be wrong with the people, but I think where Olivia flashed Keith. It was like, dang, I wanted to just spit on my titties. I remember that's the video where I was like, dang, those two might be cute. But yeah, I remember the first Smosh video I watched. I don't remember which Try Not to Laugh it was, but it was a Try Not to Laugh. I'm shaking. It was a Try Not to Laugh when Mari was on there, and they were singing the Happy Birthday song in the intro, and then I think it was Noah got hit with the ball and it, like hit him on the ground. But yeah, that's how long I've been watching Smosh. But yeah, I've always thought they were cute, but I've never publicly ship them. Oh, well, this is the second segment of my not segment, but whatever, of my podcast. So I do have a Wattpad account, and I have two stories on there, and I want to be an actress, and I think that an important part of being an actress is being able to write a story of your own, or not even of your own, just like be like have the imagination and stuff. And so I like to write. I like to write songs. I like to write stories. Yeah, whatever, TV shows. I'm gonna get into that in a whole second, like part of that. Actually, let me put that in my phone because I'm gonna forget that I said that. Because this whole thing isn't gonna be Shourtney. So if you were here for Shourtney, I'm glad that you even tuned in. Um, but you can leave now because you're probably not gonna be interested in what I have to say. Although there's a little more Shourtney. It's because my Wattpad account is about shipping people. I don't write about anything else, although I want to, and we'll talk about that in a second. So I have two stories on Wattpad. I really not active on there anymore, but I do want to at one point finish them and start new ones because my goal is to write fan fictions until I feel comfortable with like having fans and stuff, and then I want to like launch my own stories because on me being the wannabe actress that I am, I make fake TV shows and movies all the time, but I never type them out. I keep them in my little noggin. That's probably why I can't remember schoolwork. I'm remembering fake TV shows and scripts that I have and cast and characters. But at one point, I do want to type it out on Wattpad and just hear people and what they have to say about it. We could talk about that later, but I want to keep the Shourtney people who are here for a second. Um, um, I have a story on there. I'm not gonna tell the name because I'm really not trying to have y'all find me. Not because I don't write about smut. I just feel uncomfortable doing it. I tried it. You can tell in both stories that I've tried it before, and it doesn't really work out. I get really uncomfortable. I can read it, but I can't write it. I always feel like there's someone over my shoulders when I'm writing it. I'm just like, guys, who's watching me right now when I'm typing this out? But yeah, so I have two stories. One is about Shane and Courtney. It's really like it's kind of cute. I haven't gotten anywhere with it because that I just started that like a couple months ago and I have not touched it since. Um, but I have one that I started I think a year or two ago. It's about Grand Candace. If you watch The Flash, you know them. I used to be a heavy Grandis shipper. They were the first like people I ever shipped in my entire life. But I don't ship them anymore because if you do know Grand Candace, you know Grant is married with a kid and another kid on the way, or two girls. I think it's two girls. I'm not sure, but there's two babies. That's what I will imagine. He's two kids. And so I just don't find it humanely right anymore because I shipped them. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie because I'm not a liar. I don't feel the point of lying. I shipped Grand Candace even after their first baby was born because I still felt something like the potential. But once the show ended and like a week later when everything like died down from like I'm gonna miss you guys, I ain't feeling nothing, y'all. It was an empty, dark pit right there. And the Shourtney story is cute. It's short, but I think that I want to wrap up the. I don't want to wrap up. I don't want to say that because they're both so unfinished, and I'd hate to just. Cause on Wattpad, one of my pet peeves, but I understand it, is people that will start a story and will either just leave it and never pick up, or they just stop it in the middle. And like when I mean leave it, I just mean literally there's no sign of them coming back. Like one day they're writing, updating, and the next day they're gone. That's literally technically me right now, but I plan on coming back. And then you have people who will just midway through, I don't feel this story anymore, guys, so I'm just gonna go. I'm not gonna give you an ending or nothing, and I don't want to rush the ending either. Like I don't want it one day being like, oh yeah, they just found love, and then the next chapter is like, yeah, they're married with four kids. The end. Yeah. Um, for me, books really need detail. Like I really enjoy details because then I get the bigger picture. Whatever. You probably don't care about Wattpad and what I write, but um, so what do we guys want to talk about? We'll talk about my TV shows that I have. So I have a lot, but two of them that I actually do really like are called. One of them is called Broken, and my ideal is to air this on CW just because that's where the Flash was, and I don't know where else I'd air this or whatever. Netflix, no, I don't know. But And I say that I'm not airing nothing. Like, there's no official thing, but it's a really well thought out show. Like, I'm technically, mentally, I'm in season 3. Season 1 is really good. So I'm just gonna give you the rundown of season 1, because that's the best season to me in my mind. So there's this teenage girl. Her name's Michaela Bowman. I have to burp, and I don't want to. Her name is Michaela Bowman, and she. I just lost my train of thought. Her name's Michaela Bowman, and the episode starts with her unlocking the doors to her apartment. She's a teenager, so it's her parents' apartment, and it's around Christmas. So she's coming back with a handful of Christmas gifts for her little sister and her parents. And she comes back and sees her dad on the ground, bawling his eyes out. And I just want to mind you, this is all original. I made this up. Hopefully, she comes back home, bawling her dad, Michael Bowman, who could hopefully be played. Also, I would be Michaela because I act in my own shows because I want to be actress. Duh. But Michael Bowman, Chris Evans, guys, Chris Evans. Chris Evans would be her dad. He'd have like a long hair. He'd be like not clean shaven, but like a little bit of stubble. I really thought this out. So Chris and she'd come home and her dad's bawling his eyes out on the floor, and time out, pause. Does anybody know how to make timestamps? Because I want to timestamp this podcast so that you know where to go. I'll figure it out when I'm posting. But Michaela comes home. Her dad's on the ground. I swear I repeat myself so much. He's bawling his eyes out. She's keeps asking what's wrong, but he can't like get the sentence out, and then he just spits out, "She's gone." And then she's like, "Who?" And then she realizes her mother and her sister aren't home. Also, I haven't really figured out the age of Michaela. I just know that she in current season is in high school because I'm in high school. I don't. But when I started this, I was in middle school, and I really don't want her to start in middle school. So I'm thinking ninth grade. It starts in ninth grade, and her sister would be like in kindergarten. Um, and she's mixed. I'm not mixed, but she's mixed, and I think her mother should be Tika Sumner. Yes. Um. So her mother had left apparently with her sister, and so when her dad tells Michaela that, she slides down the wall, no tears, no emotions, just thought. And then it cuts to a little time skip, which is like a month or two later, where we meet all her friends, her little friend group, which includes Jordan Powell, which is her guy best friend, potential love interest. Guys, I've never spoken about Broken or any of my other projects on camera, so this feels really weird. I feel like I'm in an interview talking about it. Let me shut up. I'm so delusional. But her friends, her Jordan Powell, her guy best friend, potential love interest, wink. I feel like it'd be a really bad podcast if I just run down my TV show because I really could talk about the show for hours. But yeah, potential love interest, wink. Then Olivia Olivia. I don't remember her last name. I have it on a Google Doc. Olivia, her best friend, and it's a friend group of. You'll figure out when I go down the names. And I have fake characters for them all, ish. Some of them I have real actors for, but if I can't find them, I just made fake people. So if I might get their names mixed up. Like Olivia is played by this fake person named Victoria Nuvali. Um, 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 and we have Tyler Raines, which is just another guy in the friend group. And then we have Maddie. I don't remember her last name. I think it's Monroe, who would be played by Sabrina Carpenter. And then Marcus Miller, who would be played by Vinny Hacker. Oh my gosh, if he dyed his hair black, it'd be perfect. Vinny Hacker, and this is so embarrassing now that I'm actually saying it out loud. And then the friend group, and then there's Wyatt Lind. And so yada 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 blah blah blah. We're not gonna go the whole down just the major moments in the seasons. So halfway through the season, Wyatt asked Michaela to the dance. It's not prom. It's just a dance. It'd be like homecoming or something. Just a dance. She says yes. Blah blah blah. They start dating, and fast forward to the last episode. Fast forward. Oh no! Fast forward to the last episode. Michaela and the whole group. Actually, we need to rewind for a second to have a specific important detail. Jordan gets jealous that Wyatt is going to the dance with Michaela, so he takes this character named Dakota. I don't think no Natalia. Her name's Natalia, and he takes her to the dance. And nobody in the group likes her. He doesn't even like her, but I don't know. He just wanted somebody to dance with. And she is apparently sneaky AF. And she tricks them all to leave the dance and go get dinner. Therefore, they all get kidnapped. It gets crazy, but I promise you, if you watched it, it made sense. They all get kidnapped. But fast forward to the end of the episode, Wyatt gets shot, but we don't know if he dies until the beginning of season 2, which he did. He died. Yeah, Wyatt dies. Beginning of season 2. I don't really know if I want to run down the next 3 seasons. Like, it's a lot. All we know, yeah, we're not gonna do it. Oh, but what you should know is Michaela's mother comes back, and it turns out she left to do drugs. And Michaela caught her when she got back because she was super happy, and she found out that her mom stashed the drugs in the house, and she shut that down real fast, and yada yada. But I have another show called Walker. I'm gonna wrap it up soon, but Walker is basically what it sounds like. It sounds like The Walking Dead. It's a zombie show. It's about a bunch of teenagers that are because I like the premise of Freakish. If you ever heard of Freakish, you know that they were going for it because they'd be like people really don't see like teenagers in like the apocalypse and how they handle it. So it's kind of like that, but less that, more Walking Dead because I love Freakish, but I hate the fog thing. Um, but yeah, so it's a bunch of teenagers. My character will be Destiny Jacobs, and it'd be some other characters. I'm still working out the characters in the show, like her best friends. But basically, her she's way on the difference from Michaela. Michaela's such like a good person. Michaela has heavy sarcasm, but Destiny's bad. She likes to get in fights. She's really like problematic, but she's not problematic. Like people like you could like her. Like there's other more problematic characters in the show that are actually like problematic. But so she gets in a fight. She gets attention. Yada yada yada. The next day, the apocalypse happens. Her and sister go to school together. They get separated. Her sister leaves the school completely, and she's freaking out. And her main goal in season 1 is to try to find her sister, but she never does because she doesn't leave the school. But end of the last episode of the season, there's this cop guy. There's a whole backstory in that I just can't get into. But if anybody's actually interested in any of my shows, I'd gladly make a video on either one of them. And some of the other projects I've done. But there's okay. So my camera cut off, but we're just gonna cop guy. She meets cop guy. I could technically go for another, but I don't want the video to be too long. There's cop guy. She meets the cop. They become really close. He's a grown man. When I mean close, I don't mean relationship close, but he's kind of a pervert. And so last episode, he trains her. He trains her how to use a gun, how to scavenge, how to survive, basically. And she's the only one at the school, which they now consider camp. She's the only one at the school who has those survivor skills outside of him, because none of the other students are trained. And when it comes to going scavenge, it's only them two that goes out. And then one day they went out to scavenge, and I'm really happy to finally get my shows off my chest. But one day they go to scavenge, and it's the last episode. They go to scavenge, and he starts acting crazy, and he's just like, I think you should leave the school and come with me. He's like, I can help you find your sister, yada yada yada. And like I think like 3 something episodes, he told her that her sister. He had a message on the radio. He showed her that says that her sister's at this place called Wilbury. I made that up. Don't even know if that's a real place. It's called Wilbury. I looked at a wheelbarrow and was like, dang, that'd be a good name. Just switch it a little bit. So Wilbury, it's like a neighborhood, hotel, city type, whatever. I probably lost y'all. Y'all not interested in this at all. But he gets her, and he starts like being like, I can help you get your sister. I can help you get your sister. And then she's like, no, I don't want to go with you because she's getting weird vibes. And then he starts to fight her, and then they fight and fight, and she kills him because he starts acting weird. But it was self-defense. Like, he was gonna kill her he was 100% gonna kill her, and be like, come back to camp and be like, the zombies got her. But yeah, so that happens, and then that'd be like because the last episode would be an hour, so that'd be like the 30-minute mark, and then the rest of the 30 minutes are her planning to escape the school with her friends, and it ends with them escaping. And season 2 ends with picking up like a couple weeks after that, where they They're doing flashbacks to the night that they left, where they lost their friend because he died, because they didn't plan well for leaving. And yeah, so season two, she basically is scavenging, like actually actively looking for her sister, because she knows that her sister's in Wheelbarrow, no, Wheelberry. I don't remember already, but and then she finds her, but blah blah blah. That's it. So yeah, I also want to get into my crush real quick. I know that I said yap session. I didn't know that I actually meant yap session. I'm so sorry. But, and I'm talking so fast because I know that I'm supposed to wrap this up like 10 minutes ago. Um, I keep seeing my crush's birthday number everywhere I go, like everywhere I go. And apparently my brother's been seeing it some places too. And I googled it, and they're like, Google was like, usually when I Google stuff like that, Google's just like, it's a coincidence. But that's how I Googled it, and Google was like, no, it's just, you should just listen to it. When you see somebody's birthday number that you like, when you keep seeing someone's birthday number, you should pay attention to it, because it's a sign for your relationship. Like, not like a romantic. It's just like in general. If you see someone's birthday number, you should like pay attention to how you feel when you see it. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up because I know I said a yap session, but woo did I yap? I'm tired of hearing my voice. I'm actually not, because I got some good stuff. I got some stuff on my chest. But if you are a Shourtney fan who happened to stay and watch this, I'm happy that you stayed this long. I definitely wouldn't have the second that the video turned from a not Shourtney thing. But if you're still here and you've actually considered subscribing, which is a bold thing that I feel like only 10 people are going to watch this video, thank you. And I appreciate you for joining my crazy, chaotic gang. So, bye. Be you, only you. Life's a joke. Don't take it too seriously. Bye. I also just wanted to say, because I re-watched some of the footage, not all of it, that, when I keep saying yesterday, so it is, when I film this, technically it's 12 o'clock, but I'm not going to consider that. Technically, when I film this, it's Wednesday, April 3rd. This will probably go up. I'll probably edit this on the 4th, and it'll probably go up on the 5th. I don't know. I'm just saying the time that I filmed this was technically the 4th, but I'm considering it the 3rd. And I just wanted to get, because I remember that other disclaimer that I missed. It's kind of similar to the first one I felt, but I felt like it's just not the same. Shane and Courtney do not owe us anything, and we had the luxury to be welcomed into that part of their life, and they do not need to tell us any more of what they've already told us, and we do not need to beg or plead them of anything, because that is their life, that's their private life. And as someone who talks a lot and talks too much, there I do still understand a private life. I'll be for instance, I'll be at school, and there'll be certain people that I talk to about certain business, and then I do not want them talking to other people about my other business, and when they do, I feel some type of way, because I feel like that's an invasion of privacy. So it's just not, let's not beg, let's not plead. Let's be civilized citizens and mind our business and just be grateful, because they didn't even have to tell us that they were married. They really didn't. They could have just continued keeping their relationship a secret, but they felt like they could. And let's be nice people, guys. Let's be good. Let's be good people. Okay. Bye. Good night.